Mm, mm, mm. Well, it looks like Amy has. Yes, thank you. We appreciate the sound effects. Well, it looks like Amy's got this right, and I think she's said it quite in a way that I guess is a bit heavy, but it makes absolute sense, right? Because I was asking myself this question: why would I use if a white person was to use the hard NIGGER to me? What were they trying to do? Well, if they were saying in an argument and trying to get at me with the NIGGR, remember because they're throwing insults. What they're really saying is what they're really tapping into is their dominance. Knowing that white supremacy has their back and knowing that using the NIGGER word against me is letting me know what place I'm in. They're letting me know your place. And I know your place. It's below mine. Don't ever come out of pocket, right? Know yourself and know who I am. Know what power I have being a white person, right? It's about dominance. It's about power. It's about letting that person know that they should be put back in their place. They should know rank, right? It's about degrading. It's about embarrassing. It's about bringing destitution emotionally, mentally, spiritually to that person to try and break them so that you can still continue them and continue them in that particular slave mindset. And so when you think about all these little things, it's butt breaking in some sense as well. When you think about this, when you think about all these things that play a part in, if a white person wants to say it, why the heck am I not thinking the same way when Erica says it out of her mouth on purpose in an argument, offensively, trying to hurt Spice because she's a vex because Spice said what she said about her about Kid not liking her. So now I know there's intent behind what Erica said. She didn't say it as a as a joke. No, she said it with intent to hurt and to kill and dismaim and to maim, right? And therefore now I have to realize that you using this word is not a simple thing. So what Amy has latched onto is exactly what needs to be spoken about. So we're going to talk about this in the next few minutes in this video. So if you are new to this channel, do me the biggest favor. I want you to like it, share, subscribe, click on that bell button for notification of the uploads. And if you haven't done so already as well, please join the membership as well. You can click on the little money button below. We have lives every other Tuesday. We've got one today, tomorrow as well, talking about obviously just healing trauma, relationships as well. So if you make sure you tune in for that tomorrow night as well. But yeah, we'd love for you guys to subscribe and get involved in these great conversations we're having over here. I think what's key also too is to let my people know who are also returnees, because I almost forgot. You got the minerals. You got the minerals. Stay hydrated because streets out there, they're hot. Let's get into this. Love the title. LHH ATL, Love and Hip Hop ATL. Star Amy Luciana strongly reacts to Erica Mena's firing. I believe Erica is the type of woman who loves Black D but doesn't like the Black P it came out of. And she put a statement here as well, which I would love to read. It says, Mena was fired from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta effectively. Immediately after she called Spice a monkey on the previous episode of the show, we spoke to Amy Luciana, a current cast member, and she had a lot to say about Erica and her nasty remarks. She goes on to say, I believe that Spice and Erica both went low, but to resort to a racial slur because you're mad is a slap in my black face and all other black women. I believe Erica is the type of woman who loves Black D but doesn't like Black P it came out of. The word monkey coming out of her mouth is equivalent to a Caucasian saying NNIGGR. I'm tired of women cosplaying as black women until they're mad at us. Then we become monkeys and roaches, which is so true. It's such a true statement because I think what we're seeing here with Erica, like I said, as you guys have also made me aware, she's not Afro-Latino. She's, so that adds a dynamic. And I also said as well the fact that Spice is a darker skinned woman. And again, we can see here also too how Amy Luciana too being one of the dark skinned women too as well, defending Spice, right? She gets it, she understands. You calling that slur is problematic. But I wanted to talk about a little bit of difference here because I think what's also key is to understand the history behind some of these statements as to, maybe not say the history, why this statement will be made. Why would Erica make this statement? Now, naturally, like men, women are competitive. One of the competitive aspects to women, though, that's slightly different to men, is the alignment sometimes to what I call social hierarchy, right? So oftentimes men top the pole when it comes to social hierarchy, right? Because they're the ones who are in control of the world, quote unquote. And so with black men, we are not the top of we're not the top of the podium pole, but we're also not bottom of the social hierarchy, right? And so in some sense, what can happen sometimes is oftentimes women are vying for the attention of those men. They're vying for the attention of black men, right? And you see how, and the reversal side also too is that how men sometimes fetishize lighter skin toned women and women who tend to not be necessarily African American or even black British, we quote unquote, and they often call them exotic when they've got a mix or whatever, and they're from somewhere else. They may have color, seemingly present color in them, but not necessarily from the motherland or from African American culture or black British culture. You know what I mean? And so what can happen is sometimes because of the emphasis and the pedestal that they get put on due to their skin tone, what happens is then their idea of their competition, which is black women, becomes they're beneath us, because the very people that you are wanting, your black men, they don't want you, they want us, i.e., quote unquote, I'm talking about in aspects, right? So when you have this droves of black men who scream loudly from the rooftops how great, quote unquote, exotic, or people that have a different ethnicity to being black, but they carry some color and some hue, then they get celebrated and lifted up, and they get the choosing preferences. And that is where the clash often in terms of competition comes in with black women, because you're choosing the same type of men, right? And so what can happen is then the hate for black women begins to fester, because actually they're your competition. And also because, let's be real, sometimes it's also comes from culture too, and the ideas of what a black woman is or what a black man is and how they view them as well. So that can play a big part in terms of obviously why she made that statement as well. She might have thought she was better than Spice because she, quote unquote, looks better. And so therefore she can say whatever she wants to say. But in reality, she's been found out, she's been fired for it. And all the better for it. But Amy kind of wrapped up better the love for black men, because again, it's about proximity to power. So black men are not at the bottom of the totem pole. So the proximity to power is through the man. So if that woman attaches herself to those men, i.e., men that are of renowned power status, they are then seen as important, they are seen as special, unique, etc., etc., which is actually what women tend to try and do anyway. But when it's in this unique case, because it involves race. And so when those women now acclimatize, or should say, sorry, begin to stick close to those black men who have renowned power, whatever status, it's almost like the jab in the face of the black woman, right? To say like, hey, we've got your men. And so some people take this really too far. I'm only giving us some explanation. I don't think that's everybody in the Latin world. I'm just kind of giving an explanation. There is obviously backing of sometimes culture in terms of false ideology of what black people are and how they feel about black people. I can't tell you that 100%, so I'm not in that community. Maybe someone else can share that in the comment section. But from just a little bit of research and kind of just tapping in some conversations, what I've been hearing around the table is that can also play a part in why there's a dislike for the black woman, but there's like this awe and reverence for the black man. It's the proximity again to power. So yeah, man. I mean, let me know your thoughts, guys. I think Amy kind of summed it up beautifully by saying what she said. I think she captured the essence of what we're trying to get at, right? Erica is one of those people, and the thing is, Erica has continually kept on calling people monkeys. This is not the first time. It's been a continual process where she keeps doing that. So she's got form, and so that's what I said about what does the colonizer do? The colonizer uses that word against the people consistently to let them know what place they stand. It is one of those words that immediately lets people know what rank they are. You're not on my level, boy. And it's the same thing with Erica. She keeps saying black people are monkeys because she has no respect for black people. Really and truly in her heart, her respect for them is not there. She needs to learn how to get that respect, right? Because you wouldn't be calling them monkeys if that was the case when you get angry. Like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification of uploads. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Do you disagree with what I said? Maybe you agree. Maybe there's expansion. Maybe you can tell us a bit more detail about that. I'm not sure, but I would love to hear your thoughts down below in the comment section. And don't forget, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. We want to get to 100K by the end of the year.